everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Unapologetically Different podcast. This is season 9 finale. I'm your co-host, Key.
And I'm your co-host, Coach P.
We are so excited to have these two amazing guests on our show today. We have the one and only Jeanette Calderon and Aaron Eason in the studio today. Now, if you attended our first Secure the Body boot camp, these two don't need no introductions. They had the room full of energy, passion, and lots of sweat. Coach P barely survived. Like, bro, you was struggling in the corner, yo.
I definitely was. But you guys helped me power through it. And I appreciate you guys because that was just an intense experience. But for those who don't know, Janet hails from the Bronx and is a fitness coach. Yes, let's go. And she's a fitness coach and also slays in bikini competition. Yes. And Aaron hails from Long Island and is a certified performance coach and fitness consultant.
We couldn't be happier with the turnout of our first boot camp. It was an amazing experience led by these two powerhouses. And to have them on the show is just an amazing experience. So we are so pleased to have these two in the studio today. Without no further ado, let's go. Let's give it up for Janet Calderon and Aaron Eason. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Honestly, the first time we did the boot camp, that was my first boot camp experience, and I really loved the energy that you guys brought. Like he said in the intro, I was struggling, but just seeing you guys, it just definitely inspired me. So let's just dive right into it.
Absolutely.
So what propelled you guys to take your fitness so seriously and decide to become trainers and helping other people with their fitness journeys? And feel free to jump
Let's
in.
Let's start with the Bronx first. I mean, you know how we do.
Ladies first, exactly.
So
ladies first.
Well, I think that what led me to just being part of the whole fitness journey is I had a really bad mental battle with depression.
Okay.
And it lasted almost about 4 years.
Okay.
And when I pretty much had it, I tried to go to therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Antidepressants, which didn't work at all.
Okay.
So I was kind of took it upon myself to try to get better.
Okay.
Nice.
Did research, what can make me feel better, naturally, I guess. Because the antidepressants actually led to suicidal thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, this is my first time saying it publicly, but
yeah.
I actually attempted suicide.
Wow.
But it was the pills. They were fucking with me. Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Unapologetically different. Go right ahead.
I have a potty mouth.
It's fine.
Same here.
And through that, then I started my whole fitness journey.
Yeah.
I probably did boot camp style classes. That's why I'm able to perform that way.
Yeah.
And then after that, it kind of led into just bodybuilding. And then it became, as I progressed in life, just evolving as a person, a little less focus on me, more trying to help other people.
Okay.
So fitness to me is more of just battling internal issues.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with my physical appearance at all. So you know how they say freedom is allowing other people to be free or helping other people, that is how I pay it back. Nice. If I'm able to get over that mental hurdle, and I understand how it is, then maybe I can help other people do the same thing.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, thank you.
Powerful.
Go ahead.
Oh, so well.
He's like, how do I follow up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to bring it back, brother. I'm gonna need you to bring it back.
I guess when I was young, very young, I used to go to my grandfather's house. Grew up in Brooklyn, East New York.
Oh, you one
and
of those.
I'm one of those.
BK, you're
all right. So we about balance here. All right, let's see what's Gucci. Go ahead.
I used to go to the house because after a while, we have a house in Brooklyn and my grandparents lived there. And I popped through. My grandfather was a bodybuilder. And he was from an era of, West Indian culture, natural, brolic, phenomenal looking guy, man, in terms of his physique. He got a lot of accolades from his success in bodybuilding, and he would go from island to island, just winning every competition. So I come to the house, and I gotta be at least 12. You look small. What's up? You're not working out.
Oh, wow.
Your judgment would be so And I was prepared for it. I was built for that. I was built for that adjustment because it mentally made me a better looking person, self-conscious person, in terms of just being, you know, aware that I could be that. You know, it wasn't questioning something that I didn't want to be or didn't think about. It was something that he like made me think I can actually look good and be strong. It didn't really happen until my late teens, and circumstances in my life changed for me to, you know, kind of engage in fitness as a full-time aspect. I think I was 19 years old, and I got arrested for grand larceny. And I've never told this story before either. It's kind of funny. But this is how I fell into this profession. Tried to fill out applications, and doors kept closing. I've been working since I was 14, so jobs weren't hard to get. I was very good. I have a very good work ethic. I'm not afraid to work and quit a job and go find another one. Like I had no problem. I had a lot of experience in different things. I used to drive a truck. I would work as a manager for different fast food restaurants. I was pretty much a working man. And then when that door closed, I had to figure things out. Yeah. So I'm 19 years old. I'm dating somebody that has a kid. I'm raising him from 6 months on, and I'm kind of playing daddy, and I'm trying to figure out life. And that's kind of what made me fall into my decision to kind of like get into something stupid and come out of it with a felony. And then, you know, that process kind of scared me. So I had to figure out how to go and attack life. I wanted things. I wanted things for myself, for my family, for my future. And that's where fitness came into play. I realized I liked to train. One day I was trying to try out for an arena football team. And I told my boys, yo, we should train for this. And I led training. Okay. And when I say the outcome of it was really, really, really like intriguing to me, like people will really show up and really like follow my lead. And then it got to where, you know, I started training people in the gym, and I realized I was good. I was good at teaching. I was good at listening. I was good at connecting and making the goals people have come to fruition, and also helping them with their personal life in terms of like their mindset. So, I mean, circumstances in my life put me in a position to have to become successful at fitness, and to look at it as something that I'm not a trainer. I'm more of a coach or a teacher. Okay. So that's my kind of like intro to this reality, this industry.
Okay. I'm glad you both are being real, like off of the first question. Very candid.
You have to be real.
And putting it out there, and we do appreciate that. That's what we're all about on this show. So through your personal experiences, how do you cultivate your relationships with your clients, and how do you keep them coming back for more sessions? Like, because you guys are so authentic in yourselves, how do you keep that with your clientels?
Well, let's say if they reach out to me for however, I like your physique. Yeah. I want to look like this. And then I start asking a lot more personal questions, like, why? Like, what's going on here? Like, certain areas in your life. And they're like, what if I do, like, just one session here, one session there? If I was somebody else, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just take your money. Yeah. But I'll tell them, like, listen, if you actually wanted to go from this level to this level, you would have to do, like, at least, like, such and such. If not, then, you know, I wouldn't want to waste your time. Yeah. I'm not just taking your money just because I want to. Yeah. I can't even do that. And like I said, it's more of a mental thing. So it's like, you got to think about the why. What is your why? Yeah.
You know? And how does that influence your clients?
Of course, because like even before I was like a fitness coach or got into it, I graduated with a finance degree. Yeah. When I was 21. Yeah. 34 now.
Don't even look it, sis. Don't even look it.
You know? The skin. So I think that kind of also like led to my depression, because I knew that there was like something in me. There's people that can be complacent. Yeah. And they can just go to their jobs, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with going to your job, going home, if you're okay with that. Yeah. Because it's all up to the individual. Yeah. Who am I to tell you, like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't be like that, you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't. And I see that a lot, even like on social media, where a lot of people, in order, I guess, to make themselves look better, they start projecting a lot more like, like, this is stupid, or some people do this and that's not the way to do it. Like, you don't have to put the other person down
in the process.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you could just do your own thing.
Yeah.
Mind your business, drink all your water.
Child.
You know how hard it is to drink a
Yeah.
I do that shit on a daily basis.
I'm aiming for that daily. A gallon a day.
Yes,
It's good for your
a
hair and your
day.
skin. That's what Gabrielle Union does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard an interview. Aaron?
For me, it's relationships.
Okay.
Connecting. Communicating and connecting. I never really had to solicit myself because I don't really know what I'm selling. It's an individual that needs different things.
Okay.
In terms of like, you may need my guidance for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
In terms of what I think I can offer. And most of my clients are looking to change their bodies in terms of their goals. But I help with planning. I help with getting adjusted to a new lifestyle, a new feeling towards life, and a new mindset. So approach is everything. A lot of times, most of my clients come from relationships that I already have, and also the clients after that come from the clients.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Referrals are a big thing. Yeah. So, and when you have referrals and word of mouth and that carries and you build your clientele off of that, trust, it's a big, big deal. Because that's part of you being an entrepreneur, which people tend to forget. Customer service professionalism definitely plays a part in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The connecting.
The connecting factor.
Yes. And the time, the investing in that. Like, you can't connect for the hour. You have to connect through the time that you're separated. Kind of study the person to help them with whatever they're going through in terms of getting them to focus on what you're trying to teach them. You ever tried to teach somebody that's stuck at home in their stress or at work in their stress? You have to kind of give them an atmosphere of comfort to free them from that stuff that they got going on, and then get them to focus on what you're trying to teach them. Because 9 times out of 10, people are going to be going through things when they come to meet with you to get something from that session. Yeah. And it's not always easy to be in a learning state when you're dealing with other stuff. So, it's always measuring someone's temperature when you get to start the session. Like, I've realized I get all of my clients from focusing on the details and paying attention to the small things and allowing my clients to talk about me when they leave my session. Allow me, that's my marketing scheme. I'm doing all my work with them so they could do all my work for me. You know what I'm saying? That, and I don't do it intentionally. It's just how life works. People will always love to talk about you and what they experience when it's good, when it's quality, when you focus on it. And you don't have to think of it as a thing of financial gain. You could just be like, I have a good connection here. I'm learning to be better at my craft with these new problems that these new clients bring. And I take on a lot of different things because of that. So it's like, I've always wanted to build my brand and my market differently, but this has worked. And don't fight what works, build off of that. And stick to the script. If I wanted to grow and expand in a different way, open up my own space, then I'd have to investigate different marketing schemes and different ways to build a brand. But as far as I'm concerned, I give it my all when I teach it in my classes. I connect in so many different ways, intentionally and emotionally. And whatever comes from it, I take it. I take whatever clients are willing to, I want to work with you for 6 months. And I'll turn it to 5 years. Like, I'm not asking for more than what you can give. All I care about is, changing those goals into plans into execution. You know what I'm saying? And from there, we can see what we get.
I love that. One thing, again, thank you guys for sharing so candidly. And one thing that I hear coming from both of you is how important the mindset is. And I would like to just kind of know, how do you, because you guys look amazing, clearly.
Facts.
But
no filter here. No filter.
So what do you guys do to make sure your mindset is strong, and even for your clients as well, and then have that translate to the physical aspect?
As a motivational factor, that doesn't always come into play. You're not always going to wake up and fuck this.
No, it's true.
Do cartwheels and shit. I would probably break my neck. But it's like that. You have to understand that in order to get from point A to point B, there are certain processes that you have to do. For me, especially because I do competitions.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest mind fucks on the planet.
Yeah.
But, and I was actually speaking to him earlier about it. Like,
Can you speak to preparing for that and what that's like too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Basically, I've been prepping for, I don't know, I'm going to go ahead and say like 5 months.
Okay.
Like just a very, very strict diet.
Yeah.
So I'm not able to go out and enjoy foods with people.
Yeah.
And that's how we socialize.
Okay.
So I just can't do that.
Yeah.
Like the last time I did it, I completely isolated myself because I didn't understand how to do it. But now it's like I actually put myself through that.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how people, when they do compete, it's like, oh, I'm going through this, and they make themselves a whole victim to it.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you making yourself? Just don't do it.
Basically, it's that simple.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to be able to criticize and look at yourself in the mirror and like, okay, that's not supposed to be like that. That's not supposed to be like this. I got to work on here. I got to work on that. So you know what I have to do? I have to wake up in the morning. I have to do like a fasted cardio, right? So that's basically doing cardio without eating.
How early we saying?
It depends.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
As long
before your first client.
Yeah.
You
gotta.
You get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, just start jumping all over the fucking place with his energy.
The thing is that it's doing things when you absolutely do not want to do it. I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to wake up at that. I don't want to do all these things. I want to eat that burger and fries and all that shit.
2 thighs from Popeyes. Child, you know I'm going after this.
with the biscuit and shit. So that's exactly.
Years since I had that.
Yeah, so exactly. I actually stopped eating fast food it's been like 8 years actually.
It's been about a week for me. But okay.
I do
Progress, girl. That's what I'm talking about.
I do eat
7
burgers.
days is a long time.
I do eat burgers and fries, but they're like probably from like, you know, restaurants, something more like natural and stuff like that. So it's understanding that you have to discipline your mind.
Yeah.
And that is a learned behavior, like he was saying. I was not like that. Listen, when I was going through my whole depression shit, I was the ultimate party girl. I was drinking maybe 5 days out of the week, literally. I smoked cigarettes for 10 years. So I understand what it's like to even like quit something when you don't want to. And that translates into even the kinds of relationships you have with people.
True.
Because I went from, you know how they say like, look at the pattern of your exes and see where you're at like mentally.
Yes, this is true.
Right?
Child.
So I realized how fucked up I was.
Yeah.
Because when I was in that state, I was actually, for the first time in my entire existence, in like an emotionally and mentally abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what that was.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that the behavior was kind of like coming from like them because they were abusive. But I thought it was like my fault and everything that I was doing because I'm like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
I've never been in this situation before. I didn't know what it was like until I went there. And then I'm like, when you gotta like, you understand that, your heart is gonna hurt a little. Yeah. But your soul is gonna fucking thank your ass later.
Facts.
So one day my mom, she asked me, because I was going through all this shit. And she's like, you don't love yourself?
Moms be knowing. They be knowing.
That's just my mom is Dominican. Like, she don't play that shit. Listen, I'm 34 and she was still with my ass.
Yep.
Still.
They don't play.
So she like literally sat down. I'm like, you don't love yourself? And I'm like, what do you mean? Of course I do.
Yeah.
And she's like, you don't. Because you wouldn't put yourself through this shit. Like, you deserve better. Do you not know that?
Yeah.
And that kind of like went back. I've never really understood that line that Mary J. Blige, how can I love somebody else? Like, if you don't, then there's just no way. So I'm like, hold the fuck up. Like, that's exactly it. Yeah. So there we go. It was like a fitness thing, a mental thing, a spiritual thing. It was all actually going on at the same exact time. So
mind, body, and soul.
Everything kind of started aligning. And then you start weeding out all the bad things in your life. Like,
and people.
All the alcohol consumption. The cigarettes. The fuck boys.
City boy summers. They have their city boy summers. Is that right?
The toxic relationships that you have.
Yeah.
And then looking at yourself within and realizing your own toxic traits.
Yes.
And trying to fix it, because you attract, it's not that you attract.
You attract what you project. Yep.
I mean, if you're cute and you're a girl, you're going to attract everything.
Yep.
But it's what you actually allow and what you keep. So everything kind of like, now, you want to be healthy all around.
Yes.
Listen, your mental health is the most important thing you can have. You can have a banging ass body, but if you're fucked up inside,
you ain't shit.
You're not.
Facts.
So,
damn.
Sorry.
I'm gonna need you to follow up. How you gonna do that? How you gonna make it happen, Aaron?
I mean, for me,
Go ahead,
it
Brooklyn.
was defining what I'm becoming.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're always in a state of becoming something.
Evolving.
All these gems.
Shout outs to Michelle Obama.
Facts.
The book Becoming.
Facts.
And in my opinion, also figuring out what you're willing to struggle for. Like the idea of how you get big, strong, successful. There's like this embrace to suck. Like you have to figure out how hard you want to work in order to go get to a growing stage. You break down, you beat up to build. Like that's how exercise kind of sort of works. And the sacrifice, like what are you willing to sacrifice? Is it time? Is it energy? Is it mental stability? Like are you going to be a little stable about how you plan your eating habits, how you plan your personal time, how you plan your socialization, and how you build on everything. Yeah. It's been for me respectively easy because this is where I'm disciplined at.
Okay.
I find that this is something I can always use as an analogy to kind of transfer over to something else I have to work on.
Okay.
And discipline is key to success.
Yeah.
And, I feel like I always have something to work on. I don't look my best. I don't feel like, I'm at my peak. And people, kind of confuse me with I could walk it down the street today. You look good, man. How long? I mean, it's time. It's dedication. It's energy. But I'm still working on me.
Yeah.
I'm still working on certain parts of me that I feel are not as attractive or good or big or aesthetically perfect as people appear to think I am.
Yeah.
So it's just always maintaining that interest in becoming better and allowing myself to know that I'm kind of a motivation for people. I have a responsibility for what I'm good at.
Okay.
It's I think in the Bible it says to submit to your gifts and your blessings. Like if God blesses you with a gift, you have to kind of submit to it in terms of giving it back and allowing people to kind of and allowing people to kind of benefit from it. He'll give you more gifts to build off of. And so I believe maintaining this kind of lifestyle is kind of like a responsibility. Mm-hmm. If you look at it, I mean, technically, we own our bodies, so it is your responsibility. But how you go after it, like if you want to maintain a mansion with the 4 kids you got in it, and the wife, and so on, and the maid, you got to go after life a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I look at my body as that valuable. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go get the best groceries. I'm gonna go and do the work out at the best gym, and not in the sense of like being in the best places, but I'm going to put value where I value myself at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's essentially how I stay in the mode. Yeah. How I got in this mode, crisis revealed my character. Yeah. And the character that showed up, I sustained, and I challenged myself to sustain through and through. Okay. And the ceilings can get overwhelming. Yeah. There are stages where I go through this imposter syndrome. Like, dude, you're not a motivation, bro. You're just a big dude. Like, who cares? Like, you just look good. Like, that's not a big deal. And then,
yeah.
and it's a scary reality. I think a lot of people in our industry go through that when they see people that, first of all, don't work as hard as them in their opinion, or don't look as good as them in their opinion, being really, really successful.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to struggle for?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The kid that just made it on the Cleveland Browns, dude, lied his way into the tryouts, slept on the outside of the practice field to make the team, and now look at him. He's scoring touchdowns in preseason. But like people might say, yo, I'm not that type of guy. I wouldn't lie. Like that's a lot. You got to go through a lot to get to that. It's like, but he was willing to, and he didn't see this as an option.
Yeah, it was like, I have to get this.
Road. He said,
like, I got to get
begin with the end in mind. If you know you want to do something, you're going to do what you got to do to get to that point.
Facts.
And so I think that's how, when you see people looking a certain way, they kind of got that mindset of, I want to look like this, and they're starting their workout. They're doing their bicep curls, their leg presses, their lunges, with the mindset of the body they're trying to create. Mm-hmm. They're exercising intentionally, not to say I lifted 40 pounds. Nah, I feel like I lifted 40 pounds. Yeah. I exercised today. I feel the growth because I'm putting in that work for it. Valid. It's really all about what you're willing to struggle for.
Thank you. That what I really got from both of you sharing was just like the importance of discipline, and especially when you don't want to do something and actually doing that, I think it just builds that muscle in the mind to just keep you motivated and doing things that you don't want to do. And that's I think that's such a powerful tool. I was listening to something the other day, and they were saying how when we make excuses, if we take on the mindset that all these excuses are just lies, we're just saying whatever we got to say to ourselves to justify things, but you take on that mindset that you guys have, knowing what you want in the end and kind of starting from the end and working from there and then doing the work that you don't want to do, you just build up that resiliency and then everything else just all aligns. So that was really powerful. And especially like I was sharing with you guys, I'm actually having a transitional period in my life where I'm going to be leaving my current job and just really
farewell tour. He's literally going around on a farewell tour
and just like
living his best life. Just came off a yacht from Capri, by the way.
You love saying
because you're living your best life. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A real Brooklyn style, by the way.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't an easy thing for him to do, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy at all, but I feel like this conversation that we're having definitely is just making me feel so much more empowered about it, because hearing your stories, it just makes me think like I'm actually doing the right thing. Like it's going to be breaking down mentally, emotionally, but like you said, like my spirit is going to be thanking me for it later. And it's going to be a scary journey, but I'm excited to see what I get to create out of it. And these gems that you guys are dropping is just kind of helping me guide me.
I respect that.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen that meme? There's like a kid with like a boot on his head, and then it says like, after your like spiritual awakening, you see his own hand on his head.
Oh, and I haven't seen that.
I saw that the other day.
It's literally the same shit with everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're like going through something, you keep that victim mentality.
Yeah.
You're going to keep going through the same thing over and over again. And like I said, like you're going to be hurt a little.
Yeah.
At the end, you benefit from it.
Yeah.
So that's basically it.
Where it all starts and ends with the mind. I love it.
100%.
So there's like this saying that I really like. It says that you can't outlift your fork, where basically no matter how much gains you're doing, how much work you're putting in the gym, you can always out-eat that. So I just want to kind of see if you guys can give us your thoughts about having the importance of a balanced diet, because obviously you can put in that work in the gym, but how does that nutrition factor plays into it?
It's everything. You are what you eat, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the same way you feed your brain, you feed your body, and your body has like it does have a mind of its own.
Yeah.
And you can work very hard, but you might not see the results if you're not, feeding it recovery, feeding it cleansing. Like you got to allow your body to go through the digestive phase of food and intake. And then, how your digestion is released. Like you got to have a good balance of in and out. Some people don't even use the bathroom every day. You know what I mean? Because their diets are that trash. They're storing fat so much that their metabolism slows down. It doesn't want to release any of the food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very hard science. You don't need protein every day. You don't need a lot of things every day. It's the body, like your body, what you're deficient in. Mm-hmm. Like we all have asymmetries, not just so much in our buildup, but in our digestive tract.
Yeah.
Some people are anemic. You need to have X or Y.
Yeah.
So it's like understanding your body first and what it needs vitamin-wise or as far as different substances and nutrition. And then feeding those things for the need. And then, because this is not like a diet for a time frame. This is your lifestyle.
Yeah.
How you live, what you do, and what you cut in, what you cut out.
Yeah.
I like when we have these conversations about dieting. I think it's very important. We from urban areas. I definitely could speak to that coming from the Bronx. And can you speak to, it's very easy to say, because Pierre was on that, get a salad. Salad is about $10, $12. You know what I'm saying? You go to McDonald's and you could feed a whole family off of that. So when you coming from the hood, what advice do you give people on how to utilize what you have in the hood, still eat healthy, still get what you need to get, but still be able to survive? Like, not a lot of people can afford to
cook
your
damn food.
That's fine.
Make it, prep it.
Mm-hmm.
Take that shit with you to work or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Because eating out is very expensive.
Yeah.
And on top of that, just because you're eating a salad, people have like a direct correlation between like a salad and being healthy.
Yeah, and it's
there's
not.
no.
Salads are not the way to be healthy.
Yeah.
There's an element to it. You should eat at least 6 times a day, depending on.
We say meals or snacks.
In general.
Okay.
I'm referring to you feeding your body, giving it something to work, because the metabolism needs to be worked in order to kind of help you burn fat.
Okay.
In order for you to generate a weight loss process through the energy you put out.
Okay.
Meaning, like, you're gonna tap into your carbs first, as far as energy is concerned.
Yeah.
So whatever carbs you feed yourself, look to use it if you intend to use it for a workout.
Yeah.
Now, the limited carbs that you have, right? Let's just say you don't do carbs, but you're trying to burn a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And then you don't have a good diet intake, meaning you probably eat once or twice that day. Whatever your body has to put out, they're probably going to just store that energy, that food, because it doesn't know when you're going to feed it the necessary stuff for the energy you're trying to produce.
Survival mode.
Okay.
Yeah, and your body will tap into that.
I know you all into this because this is right up your alley. I'm like, okay, let me focus.
So, like, in my opinion,
I'm sorry.
It's also coming back to discipline, because you're making excuses for people that say they can't afford something. And
I'm not making excuses.
How sincere does it become that you can afford to eat healthy?
So when you go into the pioneers in the hood, how would you advise
what about your hair?
Purchasing?
How you doing your hair?
Oh, that's what we doing right now?
Because everything you do for your body essentially is what you can afford. What you kind of put yourself in a position to say, I want this for my body because I can afford to do this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you value yourself?
Yeah. So where does food line up with how you take care of your hair?
Okay.
Or makeup or different things? Like, do you place the value of it in the same place? Or you're like, I want a good meal, but not expensive. Or I want people don't think healthy is tasteful.
Okay.
So they don't really want to spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
But if I tell you I'm about to give you a steak and it costs about $60, all right, that sounds like the value is there. I might like it. Cool.
Yeah.
So what's the difference in going and buying a healthy meal? And it might not have the same taste value, but the nutrition is there. It'll help you in the long run. It'll help you maintain the things that you're trying to sustain.
And it'll help you feel good, actually.
Yeah.
When you eat a whole lot of shitty foods, you feel like shit.
Yeah.
It all
correlation,
connects.
Yeah.
It all connects. So it's like let's say my off season, like when I'm not dieting, right? And there's like a little bit of the time where my hormones are actually out of whack.
Yeah.
They are, because my body fat percentage goes down. I'm a female, so it's different for males and females. We go through different processes.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to extreme diets like that.
Yeah.
I never actually put my clients through diets in that way.
Yeah.
Because you want to build a sustainable life. You want to be balanced in everything. So maybe you want to have your cheat meal all the time, but don't actually think about it as your cheat meal, something that you're earning or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to understand that what you're putting into your body, like, it's part of your mind. And even like if you feel very fatigued, probably because you ate all that fucking fried food and stuff, and then you don't feel good.
Yeah.
And it translates the itis.
Yeah.
It'll put you in this subjective phase where you don't want to do anything.
Basically.
You want to go to sleep. And now, it's a double whammy. Like, you not only lose the
energy aspect too.
You gain weight.
But speaking of the fact of food and everything of that nature, what recommendations do you would suggest for people that live in urban communities that go to the Pioneers in terms of spending sufficiently? I mean, getting a lot what they need to get healthy wise, but also too they could stay within in terms of their price points.
Stay away from dairy.
Okay.
Limit the meats that you eat.
Okay.
Limit it to the point where you probably do a steak or pork or chicken like once a week.
Maybe once a week.
Maybe once a week.
Then,
okay.
Try and get some fish in your system, but try and also look at how you can mix your greens, how you could do eggplants as a source of not only protein but good fat. You got different types of vegetables you could try. It's really check the portion now.
Okay.
What are you thinking you need to eat in terms of how expensive healthy food is? Is it you want to compare the meal that you would eat, that is good and expensive to the size of a healthy meal? The portion should minimize. You should be able to turn your healthy meal into 2 meals if in terms of what the cost should be and the value of it would be, and then limit the portion so you can allow yourself to not only save financially, but also discipline yourself with how you take in food for your diet.
And also people think that they have to eat to the point of feeling like really full.
Yeah,
like,
I used to be like that. Yes, I used to be like that.
You know why? Because it takes a few minutes for your mind to send a signal to your body that you're full.
Wow.
So you have to actually take your time to digest your food. Take your time.
Yeah.
When you're eating, sit down. Take your time.
Yeah.
I actually do that, but that's because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Even when I just eat, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I kind of just started that. Like, I started to discipline myself to value the time I have to eat my meal.
Okay.
But I do believe it's important to consider how you eat your meal, meaning don't drink before. Drink water after. Allow your
yes, you get fuller quicker.
So,
You get fuller quicker if you drink water before, right?
No,
you want your own, like your system should help you digest that food. You don't want the water to do that. And then also, think of it this way: the portion that you're taking in, and allowing yourself to, I don't know, like the nutritional fact of the food. You got to consider like not just the meats and the salads. You got to consider what you're drinking too.
Okay.
And how often you're drinking in between your meals, and that'll determine a lot how your digestive system will work throughout the day to help you either burn fat or use the bathroom or maintain a cleansed system. It's important, just how you line up a diet and what you're shopping for can be minimal. It doesn't have to be a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And trying new things and becoming a little bit more open to different types of foods that will create a little bit of an easier path towards the lifestyle you're looking for.
Like expanding your palate. So it's like some people don't understand that everything that you eat in between your meals actually contributes to the calories at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So let's say I get a client and they're like, I don't really eat that much. Mm-hmm. I'm like, tell me what you're eating for 2 days. Mm-hmm. We'll circle back to that.
Okay. Yeah.
So what happens? You eat a handful of nuts, maybe 150 calories. You drink a glass of juice, orange juice. Mm-hmm. You think it's like beet juice or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's healthy, yes, but that's another 250 calories. Mm-hmm. Then you eat a bar, and you think that just because it's a bar, it's healthy. Yeah. But it has like 26 grams of sugar. I don't know, however much sugar that has.
That's very true.
That contributes it. So now you're tallying all that up, and you just added like 600 more calories to your diet. Mm-hmm. When you're supposed to have like a certain amount.
Right.
Right?
And when you go into a deficit throughout the night, like when you're going through your day. So you burn the energy throughout the day from the intake, and then you're at a deficit to lose weight overnight. Try not to eat late, because when you're eating late,
how late we saying?
Well, in terms of what energy you're putting out in the evening.
Okay.
So don't eat after 8 if you know you're not going to do anything with your body.
Okay.
Use the energy you're putting in your system.
Okay.
And it also depends on the time that you fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
So when people say don't eat after 7, but what time are you going to bed?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you going to bed at 10 or at 2 in the morning? So how are you going to spend all that time? You know?
Basically.
And it also
That's
depends.
true.
It also depends on what you eat before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like my schedule is crazy, and I have to get in my 6 meals every single day.
See, and I believe that's all measures out to
discipline.
What you're doing.
Okay.
I say time because the average American works a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then they're in bed by 10 sometimes. But like in my opinion, I'm just referencing your activity.
Yeah.
If your activity stops in the evening and you're sitting down watching TV for 2-3 hours, then you need to kind of manage that last meal before you relax.
Okay.
So you allow yourself a little bit of room for the calorie deficit to kind of continue to drop through the energy that you produce after your last meal.
Okay.
And while you sleep, then you're allowing because there's nothing in your system. Some people go to bed right after they eat, and their food is just sitting there.
Yeah.
So there's no recovery. The food's not doing anything for your body, and it doesn't allow for a change.
Yeah.
And it does. The change that becomes, you either stay the same or you grow.
Yeah.
There's no
Valid.
there's no losing weight. And the best time to lose weight is when you're sleeping.
That's recovery mode.
Yeah, I mean, because your body's doing everything while you're in osmosis, while you're relaxed. It's doing everything. That's when you see, like, you wake up, you're like, oh, I'm a few pounds lighter.
Yeah,
because your body is doing something. Or I'm a few pounds heavier. It just depends on how you go into it. You got to learn your body.
Yeah.
Some people have a fast metabolism without eating anything or with eating a lot. Know who you are. Learn that part first, and go find people that work in the digestive field to help you understand that. Because as a trainer, I mean, I learned this through time and learning it dealing with people. But my profession is in the gym.
Yeah.
I train the body, its movement, its growth in like functionality, but not the eating part. And this is a byproduct of experience.
Yeah.
Not so much knowledge that I've went and sought after and learned and I'm trying to get paid from. You know what I'm saying?
Valid.
So, I mean, there's people out there that can help you with this professionally, especially since now most of our food isn't healthy food. Even the healthy food isn't healthy food.
This is true.
It's processed now.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
We live in a world where it's about the dollar first. So they'll find a way to give you less value and allow it to sell in more places. Yeah. Pay attention to that. Like, if you could get chicken everywhere you go, how good is all this different chicken?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everyone now doing farm raised eggs? Now y'all patiently raising these eggs so we can get them in stores this quick? Yeah, come on, get out of here. It's a marketing scheme.
That's true,
so you got to pay attention.
Valid.
Don't buy into the idea that you're eating healthy because someone's selling you something healthy. Look into what the ingredients are.
Yeah.
And find out what your body needs or doesn't need to in order to grow or to because if you're looking to grow, there's ways to do that healthily, and there's ways to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of learning who you are and learning a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
And not just acting like I'm going to start with what everyone starts with. No carbs and salads all day and water. And it's like, okay, if you don't see a result after that 11 pounds you lost, then what? How do you make it a lifestyle?
Valid.
Yeah. I think to kind of summarize that, I think it's so important to just figure out what your priority is, because if you're trying to
discipline too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're back to that word.
If you want to just have clout, you want to go to school looking fresh and having the best outfit. If you're making that your priority, you may spend more money on clothing.
That's exactly with his point. Like, how much are you willing to value your body?
Sacrifices.
If you pay $300 for like hair extensions, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I can't pay for like a trainer, and like, I don't. It goes like, I think, like across the board, especially with fitness coaches and everything. Like, you know, they want you to help them. You tell them like what you charge, and they're like, oh no, like I can't do that. But then they'll do other things that you're like, wait, hold on. So you literally just spend hundreds of dollars this weekend going out, having drinks and doing all these things, but you want to be better.
Yeah, their social status matters more than their personal status.
Yeah.
And then I think if you kind of look at it from the end, the cost for health in terms of medical expenses as you get older.
You saving money.
Right, exactly. In the
it's
long
preventative.
Term. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's preventative.
Exactly.
You can, because some people like live in debt because of the medical issues they go through.
Yeah.
Right.
Valid.
Like, and their lifestyle has to change drastically. They're like they just want to almost like just call it quits on life because of the medical.
Yeah.
Like that can put you through a lot. I've seen families just go through the worst because of that. And just because they had to figure it out after the fact.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's not necessary.
Yeah.
I think you can figure out how to be healthy. And I mean, there's things that, you know, your body might end up having to experience without your control. But then there's the things you can control, prevent.
Yeah.
And how you invest in it.
Like you see, especially us being, you know, coming from like ethnic backgrounds and people having, I don't know, all types of heart diseases, cholesterol issues, high blood pressure, diabetes. Oh my God, it runs rampant. So even with like my mom, because she was like around me and she changed her eating. Yeah. So she doesn't necessarily cook the way that like Dominicans are supposed to cook. And she, at one point, was like borderline diabetic. Now she isn't anymore. And it's all in her food.
I love that. Yeah.
That's really
she
good.
did not take any medication for that.
Yeah.
So it's like,
no, that's good. And I'm glad you're speaking to that about communities and everything of that nature. We like to switch gears and talk about social injustice issues on our show on politics. You guys have provided some great gems about working out, mindset, mind, body, and soul. So that's really good. We're going to change it up a little bit. So earlier this week, there's been a viral video of this young girl. As I'm not sure if you both are aware, there was a record-setting ICE raid in Mississippi. About 700 immigrants were detained. The children had to rely on members in their community. And it's not even like kids that was like 13. It was like toddlers that didn't have their parents present. So the viral video of this little 11-year-old girl, Magdalena, begging for her father back after taken by ICE. And it was just such a traumatic video to watch because I'm a daddy's girl. So I was like, I could only imagine this little girl's fear. Like, I need my dad now. And I literally have to cry so people could focus and get attention as to what's going on to this problem. It was a really sad video to really watch. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. So this is where we're at in 2019. ICE is snatching bodies off the street. They going to Mississippi. They going all over the place. And we just want to get you both take on the incident. Like, what was your initial reaction and where we're at as a country when it comes to immigration issues? Take it away.
I just came back from Cuba 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And that was such an experience for me.
I heard Cuba's it.
It's so like rich in everything.
Yes.
But the people aren't. They have nothing.
Yeah.
But kind of everything at the same time. Because they're at the same like level.
Yeah.
They're not fighting for like, oh, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
They actually help each other out.
Yeah.
So that kind of put into perspective about like the human race.
Yeah.
What we're conditioned. How were we conditioned?
Yeah.
It's all about our environment.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw the little girl's video, I have this habit of going into the comments, and it was more than just the raid. It's the people's comments. How
where we at.
the hell?
Yeah.
And it's because people only go as far as they're allowed to.
Yeah.
They can do that.
Yeah.
They're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So how is it that we're in a country, or even like a time in just a time?
Yeah.
2019, because it's not just America.
Yeah.
There's other places.
Yeah.
That people are allowed to do that with zero consequences
Yeah.
to what they think that aren't consequences.
Yeah.
God is watching us, so it's the universe.
No, it's true.
But they can do that.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to fix that.
Yeah.
How do we fix it?
Yeah.
When so many people they're okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron?
I saw it. I'm not a fan of like watching stuff like that.
Okay. I don't think anybody is. But
No,
I heard you.
People put themselves through that kind of pain.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I saw about a good minute, maybe less than a minute of what she was trying to say, how she was trying to plead, and how she was expressing her fear. And you know, I take away my how grateful I am for the life that I get to live.
Yeah.
The things that I don't have to endure. I mean, I'm a black man in America, so there's things that I can't be passive about.
Yeah.
In reality of not going through what Mike Brown had to go through, or what the young man had to go through that got choked out. I mean, I don't live their lifestyles. You know, sometimes you want to read into what happened to know that can't happen to you because of this.
Yeah.
Or because of that, because I'm leading a different life. That shouldn't have, and then there's the reality that you can't say that.
Basically.
A simple drive from mom's to your crib or from here to there.
To the corner store.
Yeah, or legit. Like you just go in a 7-Eleven from your car and it's just the things that you could experience. And it really scares me that you can't do anything for these people.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like to watch it, because it's like, how do I fight against injustice at that level?
Yeah.
The injustice that Trump is, literally organizing and legalizing and allowing it to be real.
Yeah.
And now people can back it. Now it could be something that we push for. Now it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now let's change the Spanish culture into a white culture. Let's just say we were in Mexico and white men were getting picked up by ICE.
Yeah.
White men and women were getting picked up by ICE from their culture because they were thriving.
Yeah.
They're the thriving nation in the world.
Yeah.
Like just spin it and you'll then be able to be a human again and see how like unreal it is. Like, why? Why do you have to go through these means? And what exactly are you going to benefit from?
Yeah.
Is there a bigger picture in your plan, or are you just trying to appease your honestly, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get the agenda.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to look into it, and sometimes I just want to focus on the things that I can do in my small community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To build up the mental strength and the encouraging,
and
thriving
rejuvenate Black boy joy.
Because if once you start diving into those worlds, it's like you gotta have thick skin for that reality.
Yeah,
you have to be strong. You gotta play superhero all the time.
Is a fact.
And I sometimes commend the people that fight against injustice for a living, like a priority of what they want to do. And I just sometimes I think it's a little bit too much, and I pray.
All right.
That's all you can do.
All right, so we appreciate having the both of you on our show to speak to these insightful conversations about health, wealth, and fitness for that mind, body, and soul, but also, too, about the pertinent issues that are going on in our communities, such as this ICE raid, and you both have provided some really substantial information pertaining to how you feel about it. So it's not just about physique with these two. You could clearly see they woke as fuck.
Yep.
So we're so happy to have you both on our show. Can you please let our listeners know where they can follow you, what upcoming projects you have coming up, or boot camps, what kind of deals they could get, something. Take it away, anybody.
Well, you can contact me through my Instagram, Jaesthetics. And I'm actually currently working on a program.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that you can kind of like just do it on your own if you want to. I like the interaction with people.
Yes.
So even when I'm not able to train them one-on-one, I do a lot of online coaching, which I like because we interact like all the time. So you have access to me all the time.
Great.
And can you just spell out the Instagram so they can know where to find you?
J_STHE.
TSES.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right.
Had
We
like a
here.
mental block.
We here.
Yeah. I'm also going to compete next month and hopefully.
Date time. Can we get tickets? Can people come?
It's actually going to be in Brooklyn.
Okay.
September 28th.
Sweet.
So, yeah, that'll be my first show of the year. And I don't know.
Great.
We'll definitely put that on the social media so people can come out
spread
and
love with the Brooklyn wave. You heard?
Oh.
What about you, Aaron? What you got going on besides prayer and discipline?
You can, first of all, you can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Always Good Never Bad. That's
you changed it recently.
Yes.
I was like, who this?
I don't know. I think that I changed it basically because I had to own what I was giving out, and I wanted to make sure that it could be something that people can embody. You know what I'm saying, not just so much for themselves, but I want to be an example. That's what it is. So that's Mr. Always Good, Never Bad.
Okay.
Mr. Always Good, Never Bad.
Great.
I'm just relocated to Jersey, so I'm trying to figure things out. I want to open up a studio. Mm-hmm. I have to start, trying to figure out Jersey a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't have nothing going on right now. Nothing but this podcast.
We about to drop the episode. So now switching gears for a little bit. You know how we do keystea. You talking shit? Nah, just spitting facts. It's keystea. So up on this, we're going to talk about briefly in regards to Mike Brown. We're coming on the 5th year of Mike Brown's death. So he died at 18. He would have been about 23 years old. Now, he was gunned down by Daniel Wilson, a police officer in Ferguson, Missouri. Now, we're coming up on an anniversary, and a lot of us would think things have changed in Missouri. Things are going. Black people are feeling liberated, equality. Cut the shit. That's not what's going on. There's still actually the racial disparity and tension with the police office. The police enforcement in the community is at an all-time high. Black people are still getting pulled over at high numbers, even though they have a new person in office, and he actually got rid of the prosecutor who played an involvement in the Mike Brown case. It's still not enough traction going on in the city in terms of progress, which is really problematic. And it really speaks to where we're at as a country. Like, we have these deaths of the Mike Brown and Eric Garners happening, and Tamar Rice at high numbers. And then all this time has passed. Even Eric Garner, we coming up on 5 years, and nothing's changing. Like, so what example is being set? And one of the officials in the police enforcement in Missouri said, there are white supremacists still hiring these cops in the community. So there's nothing that's going to change, because then you got white supremacists playing a huge part of controlling the community. And what's going to happen. It affects the Black and brown people. So it's interesting to me to know that nothing has changed, but I still have hope for the future, and hopefully something will change, especially in Ferguson. And also, too, on that note, 4 to 5 activists since that time have died mysteriously in Ferguson, and no one's talking about. They just died. One of them was burnt in a car and claiming suicide. How you burn yourself? Sleeping, bruh. What kind of shit is that? So there's not only is that going on, but then when you want to be an activist in the community, that's another thing that plays a part, that these people out here, and we don't know who these people are, but they're just randomly dying. So I just wanted to keep you alert on what's going on with that. That's keystea.
Stay woke. Thank
Facts.
you, Key. Thank
so
you.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to Unapologetically Different Podcast. Make sure you purchase our ringtone at the Tune Store for Android users and at the iTunes Store for Apple users. You know you like that silky sound smooth in the background. Voice gets me every time. Please follow us on IG and Twitter at unapologetically_D_. And you can make donations at our Patreon account by searching Unapologetically Different. All of our episodes are posted on iTunes. Please, please, please rate, review, and subscribe. Drop a comment so we know it's real, good, bad, and indifferent. If it's bad, I'm going to clap back, y'all. You know how I do. You can also find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher by searching Unapologetically Different. Stay tuned for our next episode of next season. Bye.